This is my 71 Plymouth Scamp with a Dart front clip, so it looks like a 70 Dart. I'm planning on doing an engine rebuild here soon, so I just wanted to document, mostly for myself, how it is now, just so I can possibly return it to this state if I'm not happy with how it turns out. Just a quick overview of the car. It's a 360 with a 727 and 8 3/4 in the back with 355s. It's an open diff. It's about 9.2 to 1 static compression. I'm going to focus on the engine because that's what's going to change the most. So I have Speed Pro. I think they are HP405 pistons or H405 CP or something like that. They have 4 valve reliefs, which is pretty stupid, so I'm going to go to KB107s, which are also taller, so I'm going to bump that compression. 9.2 to 1 right now. They sit about 50 thou below deck. This is a 360 LA block out of a 78 truck, and these are Magnum heads out of a 92, 93 something. I have a Mancini Racing conversion kit, quote unquote, so they're just oil through push rods to properly oil those heads. It's inexpensive and it's very simple. Let me just start it up and get some temperature going here. If it wasn't about 20 degrees right now, it usually starts right up. No choke. It's all in the timing and the fueling, really. If you guys don't have a choke and you think you need one, or you know, just overall think you need a choke, you really don't. It's just have it set up right and it'll start right up. It's a very nice daily driver setup right now. Give it some beans. Got to step away so you can probably hear me better. Reason I'm running no radiator cap, if you notice that, is because I have a leaking freeze plug between the engine block and the trans, and I'm gonna fix that when I pull it. But for now, I just took the cap off and I've been daily driving it, or not anymore, it's too cold now and it snowed a couple times, but I was daily driving without a cap, so the system doesn't build pressure and it doesn't leak anywhere, basically. And it never boils because I have a 180 thermostat, so it never gets to the boiling point, so it never overflows. Carburetor just 4160, 73s in the front, and a plate in the back, whatever it is. Let's see, 6.5 power valve. Ignition there. That's a Blaster 2, and then the distributor is a fully tunable. Fuck, forgot what it's called, but it's basically a copy of an MSD Pro Billet by some random company. It's actually really good. It's been doing me very well. It's a TSP, that's what it is. Top Speed Performance, I think is what it's called. I have it set to about 13 initial, 37 total, the timing, but when I'm cranking, it's actually at about 8. So idling is already into the mechanical advance, and that's how I get it to crank so easily. When I'm cranking, it's only at 8 degrees, and with the fueling right, it sparks right up. It's your lights. Vacuum advance is hooked, obviously, so when I'm cruising, I'm at about 55 to 60 degrees of advance, and I can get about 13, 14 miles per gallon, sometimes even 15, so that's how I can daily drive this thing and, not go bankrupt. also want to get a lot of shots of the engine bay here, so when I rebuild it, I have something to look back to, you know, when I'm putting it back together. I recently found, oh, yep, there's that fucking leak. Yeah, I have a gas leak from the, the pump right there. See that shit? That's one of the reasons I stopped driving it. I just recently found that out a couple days ago. It's gonna be part of the rebuild. I know they're cheap, but let's just do it all at once. She feels like she has about 350-ish horsepower now. With the KB107s, they're gonna be 12 thou below the deck. And with a 27 thou compressed gasket, I'm expecting about 11.1 or 11 point something to 1 ratio, compression ratio. It's gonna be like close to 11 to 1. Still keeping these heads. These are 60cc combustion chamber heads. They have been ported and polished slightly at home, but you know, it's a really nice setup. I'm just hoping to get some more out of it, basically. And the cam's definitely going to change. This cam's not nearly big enough. Just a Summit unit. The cheap cam, I'm going to be using a Hughes cam with close to 600 lift and 240 duration. So that's hopefully going to bring the horsepower up to about 490. Well, if I can kiss 500, that'd be ideal. That's kind of what I'm going for. Right now, it feels like 340, 350. It's not really cutting it for me. Yep, that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this short little video. It'll certainly do me well in the future.